Sat Shri Akal. You all are watching Punjab Kesari Nowadays Times. I'm Namita Suchdev with you. And today we have with us in the studio one of the finest actresses of the industry. And it's always a delight to watch her on screen because she always makes us feel hooked, or we get hooked with the kind of performances she delivers. Yes, I feel honored to have get a chance to interact with Shefali Shah, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. It's so wonderful to see you. How are you, ma'am?
It's wonderful to see you. Thank you.
I want to ask you, you always make us believe on you with your characters you play. It looks damn real. So how much effort does that take to make it effortlessly beautiful on screen?
Obviously, it takes a lot of effort, but I don't know any other way, Namita. Actually, मैं कई बार सोचती हूँ कि अगर किसी दिन मेरा instinct और मेरा impulse और मेरा gut और my instinct didn't work, तो मैं क्या करूँगी? Because I don't think I can act. I'm not trying to be modest here. I'm just trying to be very honest. I don't think I can act. I can just become the character. So किसी दिन अगर वो naturally नहीं हो पाया, तो I don't have a craft to fall back on. So it is an effort, but I love it, and touch wood, it has worked for me, my instinct, or I don't know any other way to work. Matlab, it's great when people, how do I explain it? As an actor, for me, it would be a compliment if they recognized me as a character, rather than saying Shefali did a good job as Rukhsana. And they say, oh God, I identify or I feel for Rukhsana, or I hate her, or I like her, or whatever it is.
As an actor, I feel like you love your craft, जैसे आपने कहा भी. क्या explain करना मुश्किल है कि किस तरह से इतना खूबसूरत हो जाता है या effortless हो जाता है. What is the secret behind that? But मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ, आपसे acting का कुछ भी सीखना हो तो कब और कहाँ पे आ जाए मैम?
मैं खुद सीख रही हूँ नमिता, and I mean it. Every day I'm learning. मतलब हर सेट पे जब मैं जाती हूँ, it is like first day of school. मुझे बहुत डर लगता है, I'm very nervous, और मुझे लगता है मतलब हमेशा ये ख्याल आता है कि हाँ तो बोल दिया लेकिन करोगी कैसे? मतलब हाँ मैं करूँ, कैसे करेंगे भैया? I'm terrified when I go on set. I'm terrified. और मैं खुद सीख रही हूँ, रोज सीख रही हूँ. And I really believe you have to make your own path.
Absolutely.
Every actor every person has to create their own path rather than following it. और acting मुझसे ना ही सीखो तो better है. क्योंकि मैं सिखा ही नहीं पाऊंगी, seriously नहीं सिखा पाऊंगी.
अगर रुखसाना के किरदार की मैं बात करती हूँ मैम, तो what it took to you to be Rukhsana or be in your character for the film?
Everything.
Okay.
Rukhsana took everything out of me. Matlab, she emptied me emotionally, physically, mentally. She nichodoed me, and yet she completed me. It's not, I wouldn't say the film is not a cakewalk film. It's a very intense film. Doesn't mean it's not an entertaining film, but it's a very, very intense film. It's a riveting film. And the story and the plot, और वो एक incident जो उसकी ज़िंदगी में होता है, उससे उसकी पूरी दुनिया हिल जाती है. और ये कहानी उन 4 या 5 या 6 दिनों की है. वो incident होने से till the end of the story, which is actually a span of 5 or 6 days. So it's very, very intense. तो उसने मुझे पूरी तरीके से निचोड़ दिया.
आपने फाइनल देखा मैम फिल्म का?
हाँ, कल ही हम लोगों ने कास्ट और क्रू का स्क्रीनिंग किया था, and I watched it yesterday.
Okay. So are you happy with the way it has come out?
Oh my God, you have no idea how proud I am of this film. I am so proud of the film. क्योंकि मैंने ये स्क्रिप्ट जी है. मैं इसे घोल के पी चुकी थी. I know everything of the script, the story, और फिर भी the film surprised me. It is a superlative film. I'm so proud of this film.
वेरी नाइस मैम. अगर मैं आपकी और विद्या बालन मैम की बात करती हूँ, यू आर सो पावर पैक लेडीज ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, आई मस्ट से. Looking at you together means seeing you together in one frame is like a treat for us to watch on screen. We don't have to visualize it, we just have to wait for it to happen, है ना? हम बस इतना ही कहेंगे. So what are your thoughts, like what similarities did you find in you and Vidya ma'am?
Like you said, it's a treat for the audience. It's been a treat for me to work with her. One is we both have a lot of respect and, you know, an admiration for each other and for each other's work. Also, what I feel is, in a lot of ways, and right now, scenes हमारे बहुत कम हैं फिल्म में, और also बहुत intense scenes हैं, और रुखसाना और माया एक सिक्के के दो अलग-अलग पहलू हैं. So there isn't compatibility, or they're not complementing each other. एक uncomfortable सी space है उन दोनों के बीच में. लेकिन so we didn't have a lot of time to interact while we were doing it, while we were shooting for the scenes. लेकिन अभी promotions के वक्त we've been interacting. और कई बार when I look at Vidya and you know the things she says, and I feel they are exactly the way I think or I say. Also, one of the immediate similarities between us is we are both very real people.
That's
you know,
true.
जो है वो है. There is no pretense. There is no falsetto. There is nothing fake. It's all real, and which I think is very common, and we are very proud of being at our age, and you know, so there are a lot of similarities, and of course we just, I mean, we hold each other in very high regard. So it's
and
a
I
treat.
must say that you and Vidya ma'am are like proving all the way around that age is just a number.
Vidya is much younger to me, but yes, finally in the last 2 years, with the kind of work that I have been offered, I've been offered age-appropriate roles. I don't want to play younger. I don't want to play a role where I'm in my 20s, or I'm not in my 20s, but I'm very, very comfortable at the age I am in right now. And finally, let's say, you know, the industry has woken up and realized that even after her 20s and 30s, औरतों की life होती है, वो पूरे complete individuals होते हैं, उनकी अपनी कहानियाँ होती हैं. And now they're ready to represent it. So it's great.
Absolutely, ma'am. Even if you talk about more about you, so you are redefining the image of female actresses in the industry, and I must say that people have like started to believe on that Sheroes are the real heroes. What do you say?
Well, yes. I mean, some of the top shows on OTT are led by women, not just as actors, not just in the capacity of actors, but directors, producers, head of platforms. And, you know, it's not just me. There have been many, many actresses over years who have paved this path for us. पहले दौर हुआ करता था, like Vidya says it very nicely, you know, she says पहले दौर हुआ करता था कि women oriented films कभी कभार आ जाती हैं. अब ये दौर नहीं है. This is going to be the way it is going to be. और you know, हम लोगों को ज़रूरत लगती है to underline that it's a woman centric film. कुछ वक्त के बाद वो ज़रूरत भी नहीं लगेगी, क्योंकि हम ये तो नहीं बोलते ना कि it's a hero male centric film. So it is, I mean, you know, it's about, like it could be it's a film. It's a film. And I mean, I'm very lucky and happy and that I'm getting my due after so many years. And I'm in that place and time where that change is happening. You know, where women are, I mean, I would want to go and see a Vidya Balan film.
Wow.
I want to go and see Gangubai for Alia. And it's not just because I'm a woman. You know, even men want to do that.
Even if females are making mark everywhere, ma'am, in the society, as you have said very rightly, but in the trailer we see that there is still a question mark when we talk about their freedom. What do you say on that?
Oh, are you talking about that one line that I say कि
Yes,
where the husband questions her and says रात को 3 बजे क्या कर रही थी, and I say तो
absolutely.
क्या ठोक देने का. I'll tell you what, Namita, that line is not, we are not trying to make a moral statement here. I am talking, Ruxana is saying it like a mother. अगर उसका बेटा भी होता तो भी वो वही कहती, उसका फादर होता, भाई होता तो भी वो वही कहती कि मतलब वो रास्ते पे जा रहा है तो क्या ठोक देने का, कोई भी टाइम ऑफ द डे हो. सो इट्स नॉट अ मॉरल स्टेटमेंट. It's not about because it's a girl, she should not have been out at 3 o'clock. So it's really not. Yes, where it comes from later and how it plays out is, there is a question, what was she doing out? But what Ruxana says is not about trying to say that, why are you making that question about a girl? She is saying a very simple statement, कि अरे कुछ भी time पे बाहर हो. What right does anybody have to drive over this person, whatever the gender?
But I'm just asking in the manner like the father says कि वो रात के 3 बजे बाहर थी. So that way there is a question mark on the freedom when it comes to parents also.
It
As a
is.
male and female, there are different perspectives.
It is, but I'm sure it's changing, Namita. Like when I talk to my children, I have sons, but my constant would be to whether I had a daughter or it's to my sons, is that you need to be safe. It's a constant, It doesn't have to do with whether you're a boy or a girl. But yes, our society does tend to put the onus on a girl. If it's like victim shaming, for example, hota hai, but I'm sure it at least we've started conversations about it. And it will stop. I mean, hopefully, someday, sooner than later, I hope.
And I believe Bollywood has a huge impact on the minds of society, right? It's changed then what was before and now.
I also feel it's a reflection of what the society is. So it's a two-way thing. We show what is there, what is happening around us. And yes, there are a lot of films which have moral statements. But to expect one film to change the thinking of generations, of ingrained values and thoughts that we've carried over millions of years, is putting too much of an onus on a film. But it is changing. It is changing in the society. It is changing in films. And that's why you're seeing women as individuals. Not just in reference to their relationship with others. या क्या choices करती है, क्यों करती है, घर पे, oh, she's a housewife, oh, she's a working woman. Whatever we did, it was questioned. But it's not that way anymore. Touch wood, thank God. And it requires a lot of change because it's not going to change overnight, but it will change.
Obviously, industry has also changed. I believe you are there in the industry from almost 2.5 decades, if I'm not wrong. So what do you feel like, or you miss the most when you think about your initial days now?
I don't miss anything.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you, I'm feeling at the prime of my career right now.
Right.
Joe, I didn't do as a youngster, where you're a leading or a parallel lead in a show or a film. I'm doing it now. So I don't miss anything about it.
As an actor, may I ask you, what is your process of approaching for your role or any character that you play?
Well, there is one thing which is non-negotiable, is the script. Because I have a lot of questions, discussions, debates, give and take with my directors. Because I need to know, I want to understand, I want to swallow the character, and together we want to create this person, bring her alive in flesh and blood. So that is non-negotiable. And I read and read and read and read and reread the script a million times, and I make a million notes, etc., etc., etc. But every role, every film, every director has a different process. So it's a learning experience every time. So saying I stick to one would be limiting myself. But yes, I will study. I really, immerse myself into a script, and जो भी सवाल जवाब whatever happens on set, I'm not somebody who will stick to it as a Bible. I will improvise. Because जब आप co-actors के साथ होते हैं, set पर होते हैं, ये prop है, वो है, your entire energy changes. Isolation में discussion करना और scene read करना बहुत अलग होता है in your AC office. But when you're actually on set and doing it, everything changes. It's just the energy of it and the vibe of it. And जब camera on होता है, जब action बोला जाता है, उसके बाद it's just pure gut and instinct. It's pure instinct. I mostly don't know what I'm doing in front of the camera. Because I'm hoping कि तब तक I've become that character. उसको इतना पढ़ा है, रट लिया मतलब lines नहीं रटे हैं, but I've just swallowed her in. So अब जब lines आएंगी, in fact, like people work on the scenes, that's the last thing I work on.
Okay.
It's the last thing I work on. Because I feel the moment you approach a scene, you realize कि ये इस तरह से लिखा गया है, but by the time you've built Ruxana, so you feel, or Gaurinath, or any character, and you say, 1 second, she would probably say it this way. It wouldn't be this. I don't think there is a need for this. And of course, it's with consent and collaboration with the director. Because I believe it's the director's vision.
Because how much creative liberty is he giving you?
No, and I've been very lucky to work with directors who've given me a lot of creative liberty, and most of them love their actors. And they're sensible and sensitive enough to understand that they've created something so rich, but they're bringing XYZ because they know they will bring something more to the table. And together we'll create this thing. It's not hierarchy here. It's not. Filmmaking is a collaborative process.
Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, what is more challenging for you, playing a character which is close to you or your personality, or playing all in all a different character?
Playing anything is challenging to me. Going to work, acting, first day of shoot, fourth day of shoot, everything is a challenge to me. I am scared, nervous, terrified.
Okay, out of so many of your marvelous, fantastic performances, which all can I ask you 2 or 3 performances that are really close to your heart?
Delhi Crime, Once Again, Juice, Jalsa, Human, Ajeeb Dastan, so many.
So many.
But I'm very possessive of Vartika. I'm very possessive of Vartika Chaturvedi. Very possessive of her. And Tara Shetty.
Okay. It's an honor having you here, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving your precious time to us.
Thank you. Thank you.